What's going on, Offside Combo fam? We are back with another banger. Yes, once again, we have a good episode coming in today with a full set of, again, yes, you guessed it. And I know this is a repetitive thing, but what a coincidence. Man City takes an L again.
What up, y'all? Offside Convos. We're back with another video today. Gonna cover kind of what happened over the weekend and also get into some news, transfer news, even players criticizing their own clubs and their transfer policies as well, which is crazy. But hey, I guess that's kind of the stuff we need. You know what I'm saying? This type of stuff we need just so that these owners should go out and spend more money. But stay tuned for the rest of the episode. Let's get straight into it.
So we got to start off with this part. Man United and Man City go at it. And yes, you guessed it. Man United takes the dub. It is a 2-1 on that. Bruno Fernandes taking the first goal, and the homie Diallo at the end taking that one as well. And then we had Guardiola from a crazy kind of deflection from KDB on the left side, crossed into him. He gets a crazy header on there.
Yeah, Man City got off to a great start. Joshua Gvardiol, only 24 years old right now. They signed him from RB Leipzig. Very, very good player. It was kind of crazy deflection. I think like Kevin De Bruyne took the short corner, crossed it in, and then, it kind of deflected in the air, and Joshua Gvardiol was in a perfect place, just headed in. And then Bruno Fernandes. Now, that was a very, very silly tackle from Mateus Nunes. I saw the reaction of Pep Guardiola and John Stones. They had like their hands on their head. They couldn't believe. But then obviously Bruno Fernandes stepped up, took the penalty, scored, and then Diallo came in at the end to end it all. Man United took the dub.
So you got to think to yourself, what did Pep have in mind? He's on like a losing streak, and he's like, you know what? We're going to pay Man United, and we're going to win. We're going to get back online with them. And then boom. Out of nowhere, you think about it for a millisecond. Guardiola scores that header, and you're like, okay, I think they may be back. Of course, Man United is gonna flop once again, but Ruben had a plan, and then of course Nunes ended up messing up that and completely throwing it right there, having Bruno Fernandes take that pen, and then at the end of the day, Diallo just pretty much making sure Anderson was second off, coming into him. He got right there as well. A little tap off. The guy didn't even know where the ball was. His shot with his left foot barely got in there, but ended up taking the W.
Hey man, we gotta ask questions, man. Is this downfall is diabolical? I mean, I never saw this coming, and I'm pretty sure none of you guys in the comments or any of our viewers saw this coming. Like, this is an epic downfall. I mean, we got to ask the question though: is this the end of Man City's golden era? Like, what I'm saying? Is this Pep Guardiola's career coming to an end? In a recent interview, he said that he won't be managing after Man City. He won't be managing any other clubs. He will probably go to an international level. I would like to see Pep do that as well, go to an international level and coach an international team. But yeah, man, I mean, let us know in the comments right now. Is this the end of Man City? Like, is this their downfall? Is this the end of the golden era for Man City? Are they done winning Premier Leagues? Or is this just a slip in the road? Let us know in the comments down below.
With that being said, yes, they took a W. Man United is on top. United. But you got to see on the outside, Ruben sits down Garnacho and Marcus Rashford, and they weren't even on the bench. So they were off the team that day.
I'm just going to go ahead and read you guys the quote as to why Ruben Amorim left them out of the squad. Basically, they didn't train well. So basically what he said is like, next week they can be back. If they train well enough like the others, it's the same for everyone. They will play or be on the bench. It was not a disciplinary thing. We have to improve our standards inside and outside the pitch. It's just the performances in training.
Which means puts you kind of an idea. You have Diallo on the right, as well as now Højlund in the middle, being very, very cheeky and staying up. And you see the power of Højlund holding down these Man City center backs. But Marcus and Garnacho just being out is a little weird, right? These are your top two players for Man United. And yes, they do produce.
Now, we're in mid-December right now. We're approaching mid-December. And you know what's coming up. People of the football world, the soccer world, the transfer window is coming up in January. Now, I have seen reports that, Marcus Rashford, Manchester United is willing to accept about £40 million for him, which I think for any team would be a steal because of the talent that he is. But
it goes back to Ruben's kind of roots. He comes to this team. He wants to see people perform in and out of practice. And it looks like these two guys just are not performing in practice. How can that translate into the field? Who knows?
Because when I saw the lineup, I was like, yo, like no Marcus. I could understand them not starting, but not even on the bench is crazy. Those are your, I mean, more Marcus Rashford is probably the most dynamic, the quickest player on Man United. Personally, still, I think that Amad Diallo is the best winger in the club right now. But just if you're talking about being direct, running in behind, which is what I thought would have been perfect against a City defense who plays a high line, I had Marcus Rashford starting all day, but then I woke up, saw the team. I was like, yo, Marcus Rashford or Garnacho is not in the team. So, guys, let us know down in the comments. Does this mean that Man United are open to selling Marcus Rashford? Or should Marcus Rashford leave? Should, United sell him? But yeah. Dropping Rashford is bigger more so than dropping Garnacho because obviously of the rumors you've been hearing that Marcus Rashford might leave. So let us know down in the comments, what should Man United do about Marcus Rashford? Should he stay or should he leave?
I mean, and to finish off, I did see as well one of the podcasts is a Man United super fan. Did find a little bit more information on that, and Marcus Rashford is supposedly on the market out there, which is rumored by that. It seems like the ideas that Ruben wants is he's not kind of messing around with being in that form. Garnacho, again, he's just got to step up. He can't let off the gas pedal because we have players that are coming in and out of the squad. And if he wants to get his position, as everybody else says, they have to win their position. And these guys have to do that if they want to stay in the club. But at the end of the day, Man United takes the dub and let's just say Ruben beats Pep once again.
Hey, man, Man United need to sort that out. But speaking about sorting stuff out, Tottenham Hotspur need to sort out whatever they got going on there because Christian Romero was very, very critical of the way how they do business, the way how they handle transfers. Apparently, he is not pleased. After last week's game, of course, Chelsea, I'm a Chelsea fan. Let's go. Come on, the Blues. They beat Spurs at the London Stadium, or the Tottenham Stadium, I think it's called. So really happy for the dub, but it's not looking good for Spurs. Obviously we know Harry Kane went to Bayern because couldn't win trophies. Yet again, they have a good team. I mean, I won't lie, Spurs team look cold every single year. They bought a number 9 this year, Dominic Solanke, but they just can't get anything over the line. I mean, against us, Chelsea, they took a 2-goal lead in the first 15, 20 minutes of the game. Completely blew the lead and lost 4-3. So, I mean, Christian Romero really, really critical of the Tottenham Hotspur front office. He's basically calling them out.
I mean, and now you have Romero being a little cheeky with it, just speaking up about the hierarchies. They're not doing anything. I feel like the team has been very still for a little while, and nothing has been pushed into. Now, what happens? Christian Romero has an interview, and he talks about him, which is a little, you got to make that step. So for him to do that, he's trying to put it out in the air. People are now, I feel like now when it comes down to that you have to speak up in these public views for your squad to actually react to things. And I feel like that's what happened again with Man United's previous coach, and now you have Ruben. So the progression is there, but time has to step up. I think they can be a great team if it comes down just because they have the way they sort their teams out. It's a very strong team. But hey, we shall see. Good job, Christian.
I mean, the guy is just fed up. You know what I mean? You're coming from, the Italian league from Atalanta. I think he came from first on loan and they bought him permanently. But, the guy wants to win. He wants to win. This is passion. And he's calling people out. He's not making it a secret. But this is basically what he said. Because like I said, they let a 2-goal lead slip. But this is the quote that he said: Manchester City completes every single year. You see how Liverpool strengthens its squad. Chelsea strengthens their squad as well, doesn't do well, then they strengthen again. And now they're seeing results. Those are the things to imitate. You have to realize that something is going wrong. Hopefully the board can realize it. The last few years has always been the same. First the players, then the coaches and staff changes, and it's always the same people responsible. Hopefully they realize who the true responsible ones are. Now that's some strong words coming from, Christian Romero, because he's basically saying to the front office, like, we need to invest more. And this has always been a thing. I was even watching when I was watching the Amazon Prime Tottenham. I forgot what the name of that series is, but it's basically a series where they go into teams and they do documentaries on their season. Tottenham, they are a club that do not spend money, and they've always been in the news for not spending and improving their team. And Christian Romero is just calling them out right now. So he's calling for more transfers, and this is perfect because, like I said, the January transfer window is coming up. So let's see what Spurs can do to improve their team. Let us know in the comments down below. Is Christian Romero right for saying this? Do Spurs not spend a lot of money on transfers, or are they not buying the right players? Let us know in the comments. By the way, London is blue.
And we got to stop at Real Madrid real quick. We have some words from El Don itself, Carlo Ancelotti, saying that Arda Güler and Endrick will be staying. Now, not just staying, but they will be incorporated into the game. We've seen Arda pick up some points. I mean, some time up there a little bit, which is good for him. And then Endrick a little bit more of a sprinkle on it for him. But the biggest thing is Carlo Ancelotti is saying, hey, I don't care whether they're 18 or 40. They're going to be in my team if they're good enough to be in the team. And if you go back to it, you see Modric and all these older players. We have kind of an older team. You want to start kind of cooking up those younger guys, making them good and going from there. Now, if they aren't producing, you got to send them away real quick and then let them know, hey, this is what you're missing out, so you can come back. But I think Arda Güler and, again, Endrick are the main two right now because they are the youngest, but they are putting in work right now.
My man, Don Carlo, man, he's standing on 10 toes. He's standing on business. He said this at the earlier part of the season. He said, I'm not here to give handouts. I'm not here just because they're a talent. They're going to get minutes. No, he doesn't care about all that. You have to earn your spot in the team. And this is basically what he said about Arda Güler and Endrick. Endrick will stay here, and so will Güler. Maybe they need more minutes, but I have no bias towards anyone. I just try to give my best in every game, whether they are 18 or 40. Now, I agree with him. If obviously Carlo Ancelotti, the man has won countless Champions Leagues. He knows what he's talking about. So you can't really question that man when he says that, you don't deserve to play minutes, or he's going to be doing this instead of doing that. You can't really, the guy has such a good track record. However, it comes to the question where should Endrick and Güler go out on loan? Personally, I think they should. But what do you guys think in the comments? Do you think that Arda Güler and Endrick should look away from Real Madrid for right now, and go somewhere else where they're getting minutes, playing consistently week in, week out? What do you guys think? Should they go out on loan?
Should they go out on loan? I don't know. I personally say no. I say stay on the club, fight a little bit, fight for your position, grow as well, get stronger. We see what happens when you go from Tottenham, aka Gareth Bale, nice skinny guy, then you jump into Real Madrid, you become a beast of a man. So I think it comes down to getting these two guys just trying to a little bit more incorporated, right? Showing them, hey, this is what Real Madrid plays like. Again, out of that, picking up some numbers on there. But Endrick still very little not being there, but he has a stronger competition. Vini, Mbappe, and Rodrigo. Very, very tough. But should they stay? Should they go? I think they stay. If you're saying to go, where are they going to go? Where do you think they fit in a team that can help, of course, other team, and go from there? That goes also to Marcus Rashford. If he leaves, who takes him?
Listen, I'm no football scout. I'm no coach. I'm no technical director. But in my humble opinion, I think that these two should go out on loan. There's no reason for them to be at Real Madrid rotting, wasting their talent, wasting their young age. I think Endrick is 17 and Arda Güler is about 20, 21 right now. Like, they need minutes. You need to go out on loan, get that experience. You know what I mean? It's like, yes, they can stay at Real Madrid. Arda Güler can learn from Luka Modric. He can learn from Camavinga. He can learn from Tchouaméni. He can learn from, Ceballos. He can learn from Valverde, right? But you have to, it comes to a point where if you're not seeing the pitch, and Endrick in his own right, he can learn from Vinicius. He can learn from Mbappe. He can learn from Rodrigo. He can learn from Jude Bellingham. But you need to go out there and get the experience. It's just like being an intern at a job. You know what I mean? When you're studying, I don't know about anybody this is high school, but when I was in high school, my last 3 months of high school, I never went to school. Right, I went out on the job and I did an internship that had something to do with what my degree would be. So this is what Endrick and Arda Güler, in my opinion, need to do. They need to go out, leave Real Madrid, not on a permanent basis, but go out on loan, get some minutes under your belt, score some goals, get what it feels like to be playing week in, week out, 90 minutes every single week. Because like I said, they can stay at Real Madrid and learn from all the OGs, but if what they're learning they're not putting into practice, it makes no sense. So personally, the first 6 months, they've already done the work. They've already learned. They play a couple of games for Real Madrid. But personally, in January, if I put myself in Arda Güler's shoes and Endrick's shoes, personally, I would be looking for a loan away from Real Madrid because I would get playing time. I would get experience, which is what they need at such a young age. We're saying that players are playing too many games. Obviously, at a young age, we have Lamine Yamal getting hurt. Now he's out for 3 to 4 weeks, but you need that game time. Louis Barry is a perfect story. He started at Aston Villa and now he's out on loan. He's doing work. He's getting the minutes that he deserves. So personally, let us know in the comments. But I think that Endrick and Arda Güler should go out on loan in January. Let me know what you think down in the comments below.
Also, on quick news, we do have the African Ballon d'Or 2024, Mr. Ademola Lookman. The guy has been putting in work left and right down at Inter, and he is holding it down. Again, the one game I see from him, he has been putting complete work. So congratulations to Mr. Ademola Lookman. Again, that's him being on top of Hakimi and Williams. So at the end of the day, congratulations to you. And on to the next ones.
Big shout out to Ademola Lookman, won the CONCACAF. Confederation of African Football gave him the Ballon d'Or for African player. Basically, that's their way of, that's their Ballon d'Or, the CAF, Confederation of African Football. They gave him their Ballon d'Or. He was the best African player of the year. And I would say I agree with that. He won, as I mentioned in the previous episode, he won the Europa League, beat Bayer Leverkusen, ruined their undefeated season and he scored a hat trick in the final. You don't see a lot of hat tricks in finals, and Ademola Lookman was one of the few players who did that in the final. Scored a beautiful hat trick. All 3 goals were perfect. All 3 goals were sick, and I say he deserves. Mohamed Salah wasn't even in the nominations at all. But yeah, I think this is well deserved. He brought Atalanta. He's been bringing Atalanta. He scored a good goal against Real Madrid the other day in the Champions League. So this guy's a baller. Came through the academy at Charlton Athletic. Played for a couple of Premier League clubs like Everton and Fulham. He was even in Germany as well at RB Leipzig as well. Balled out there for a while. Came back. So I'm proud of him. Now he's 27-year-old. Really, balling out, won a trophy last year, and now he has an individual award under his name. Let's get it.
And the award goes to Kyle Walker. Yes, this guy against my boy Højlund goes at it on the field, and just a little tap on the head, Kyle Walker goes down. And that's a little tough to see because the guy's supposed to be a monster on the field, this and that. But he's playing the victim. And hey, I think that could have even been sent off. He was trying to get Rasmus sent off. They both at the end got 2 yellow cards, but the nomination goes to Kyle Walker for the new Oscar.
This is exactly what we need back in the game. We need the banter. We need the shithousery. We need everything. This is why we love the game of soccer. It's because of stuff like this. You got people calling each other out online. Bro, personally, if they had social media back in the day, I think the soccer world would have been so much, you're talking about Rio Ferdinand talking, smack to all the strikers he's coming up against. You have man like Eric Cantona telling people what they're going to do. Bro, I love this. Basically, Rasmus Højlund, schoolboy, he bullied Kyle Walker, I was watching the game, bro. Rasmus Højlund literally just put his head like this towards his head and he went down like a Toy Story building. Like, I'm like, yo, bro, relax. So this is basically what Rasmus Højlund posted on his Instagram. He said, Manchester is red, violets are blue. What a performance. The best the Oscar goes to. And then he has a picture of him and Kyle Walker up on his Instagram. Yo, this is yes, this is Barclays Premier League stuff. This is what I like to see. Manchester United versus Manchester City, red versus blue. Smoke your ops, all that. You're my op. There's no friendly thing going on here. This is what I love to see. I like this from Rasmus Højlund. He low-key, I went through some of his posts online, and he has some pretty cool captions. I won't lie. His caption game is fire. But this is what I like to see. This is what the game needs, a competitive spirit. Well, and let us know in the comments, was this petty or was this, Rasmus Højlund? Was this justified by what Rasmus Højlund did?
And just like that, we hit all the topics from Man City to Højlund, to Christian Romero. They're all around. But I want to appreciate you guys for watching this video today. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube on Offside Convos. Don't forget to leave the comments down below. Let's go at it. I know you guys are liking the feeds here and there. Those TikToks, we see you in the comments. And hey, keep it up. We'll see you guys on the next one.
Really enjoyed this episode today, myself talking about these topics. Obviously, Manchester United took the dub in the Manchester Derby, one of the, bigger derbies in the English Premier League. That's something that is always entertaining to watch. So please go like, comment, subscribe, follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. Subscribe, let your family know, let your mom know, your grandma, everybody that has something to do with soccer or loves the game of soccer, man. Just, share it with them. Show them more videos, like, comment, and subscribe. Can't say that enough. Let us know down in the comments what you thought about what we talked about today. You can leave your personal opinions in the comments as well. So with that being said, this is all for today. Offside Convo is logging out. Peace.